BC page. We are anywhere and everywhere. God damn it, Google us, you guys. And if you're right here with us live, I hope that also means that you downloaded from your Roku app the 7 on demand and you watched us for a little bit at 8 o'clock before we got here. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I am T Gray. Welcome. We glad to see y'all here. It's all the girls in the building tonight. We got our DJ in tonight. Full house. We're going to have a lot of fun. First things first, my co-host in the building. What's up, girl?
Did I do it the right way? Oh, wrong way. Okay, this way. I gotta learn my angle. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Women Crush Wednesdays. Yes, and I'm crushing on my boobs really, really hard today. What's up, Stiletto?
What's going on? Sorry, y'all. I'm cooking. I'm being a mom.
I told them
today.
we're gonna keep. We're a mom every day. Even when we're on air, we're still in the background, like muting, like, shh, don't. What you need? All right, I got you. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's all love. We like the authenticity.
Yeah. So first things first, you guys, we're going to hop into this love and we're going to get this thing jumping real quick. So today's love and bless you, baby, is love and where's my shit? Okay. And I know that is a crazy name for it, but y'all got to bear with me as I try to unravel this for you. As a woman, I feel as if we should be compensated for what we choose to deliver to people in the process of courting, the process of dating, relationships, whatever. And I know y'all gonna say, well, T Gray, what does that mean? It sounds like you want us to be out here being hoes. That's not what I'm saying. Then it's gonna be someone that's gonna be like, but T Gray, I'm independent. I got my own. I do my own. I don't need no man for nothing. You right. I ain't talking about none of that shit. I'm talking about fair exchange, no robbery. I'm talking about lately, it seems to me, and I don't know if this is an age thing or not, men out here are expecting so much from women and not giving anything in return. And and when I say pay me, it doesn't mean that I'm out here selling my cooch, but I need to see that you value me on a different level before you assume or think that you're entitled to this pussy. I'm gonna just call a spade a spade. I'm tired of y'all bitches out here giving up all this free cooch. Stop giving out all this free cooch. Like,
because y'all make
stop.
Thank you.
Stop.
All this
y'all are making yes, y'all are out
and we're
here
not,
making
and I'm
these not. Go ahead, boo. Go ahead.
And I'm not referring to like just the finances. I'm talking about being watered and poured into.
Yeah.
And we be getting it for less, and we ain't getting none of it. We not even getting no conversation. You getting a text message on Snapchat, meet me at X, Y, Z, and then you just show up all happily because the D is good. No.
It's starting to get crazy.
And then when you try to get standards, they don't respect it anymore.
None. So my homegirl was running down this situation to me, and me being T Gray, I'm trying to get the best advice I can. But so she's hung out with a guy a couple of times. They went on a couple of walks, maybe got a cup of coffee, and he's full on want to fill her all up, want to have his hands all on her boobs, talking about when they gonna fuck this, that, and the third. And I'm like, first off, you just met this dude. You don't even know this guy for real. You haven't been on a real date. What is it that you really gotten to know about this person in a span of 2 weeks because you went on 2 walks, but he trying to bust a whole nut in your body? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand why women devalue their bodies. Why is it that we can't make a person actually know us for real before we decide to give them our body. We can't make a person be accountable for taking the time to invest in us in any shape, form, or fashion. You know what I mean? And if you one of these $40 bras out here fucking for lashes, kill yourself. But I just don't understand. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the topic, but just love, and pay me. And again, it's not necessarily a monetary thing, but you have to put into me if you think you gonna get something out of me. And I don't mean put your dick in. You got to put in something that's worth way more than that, because what's between these legs is worth way more than that.
What we're going to talk about is crown down, and we're going to leave it up there. We don't vibrate no other way. Crown down. If you can't get to my mental, you can't get to my frontal. Sorry. Good off you. So now let's get into just my luck. I think this is a good segment. A good segment into it. So just my luck. Yay. So just my luck is pretty much going to come from a place that you can't change anyone. You can't change him. You can't change the situation. You can't change other people. You can't change friends and make them want to be who you think that you should deserve the treatment that you've been giving. You can't force anyone to do anything. So just know that anything that comes from your heart is from your heart, and don't allow people to take, because takers do not know when to stop. And sometimes givers have to know when to limit how much they give, how much energy you're giving a person, how much you're pouring into a person, because then you realize that you're not getting that reciprocated back. We're frustrated. You have this way of having resentment towards a person now, but really it's your fault. So take responsibility. If you have it in your mind that you can't change anything or anyone, and the only thing that you can change is yourself and your approach to a situation, then that's it. You have no stress. I promise you that, because wasting time on someone who doesn't mean you well is just not good for your space or your energy. And y'all know I'm all about protecting your peace at all costs. Okay? So, ladies, yeah. I'm gonna need for y'all just to realize that he ain't about to change for you. Your friend ain't about to be that friend you need her to be. Okay. And it's unfortunate, but that's just how life goes. Move the fuck on. Man up. Because man is in woman as well. Man up. And yeah, that's it. I had a moment. I was about to go into something else, and I was like, you know what? Let me not. Let me keep it right where it is. So yeah, so now that we are closing out, we got that spit dish. Okay, so T.I. decides that he is going to retire. You know, everybody knows who T.I. is, you know what I'm saying? So my man said he's going to retire after this album that he's dropping. He announced it, I guess, early on this week. And this also comes to me after him having allegations about, I guess, I want to say it was sex trafficking. Or even rape or something like that. You know what? Let me actually make sure I get the facts together and have it straight.
Sexual misconduct, drugging, trafficking. Sexual misconduct, yeah. Right. So initially so he's actually been mixed as well. Yeah. So initially it was, of course, you know, one woman, Sabrina Peterson, who they've had kind of ongoing legal issues with kind of for years. And then a whole lot of other women also jumped in. And really at the end of it, you guys, I'm not the court of law, but I know that pretty much all the charges were dropped against them. But it's a lot. It's a lot. It's definitely a lot. And they're still going back and forth over social media. The young lady was like, you know, she'll drop everything if Tip just apologize and tell the truth about what happened. And so T.I. laughed off that ultimatum, laughed it off, you guys. He's dropping a diss track. He hopped back on social media, was like, whatever. You know what I mean? So the entire time, him and Tiny have been, you know, maintaining their innocence. Whether or not they're innocent or not, of course, that's not for me to judge. But kudos to him for making a smart move. One, I think that just where he is in his career, it's a good time to go ahead and hit that retirement button anyway, bro. And I love Ti.
Yeah, facts.
But you haven't really been bringing no new music, so you might as well.
No heat. Yeah, I was about to say now it's a difference because Nas, Jay-Z, to me, they still dropping hits, so they can keep it going as long as they need to keep it going because they still got hit after hit after hit, no matter what they spit. And unfortunately,
Yes.
You've been mixed up in a lot of different things. Your branding has been different as well. You haven't really been focused or too keen on your career. It's good to see. I can't wait to actually hear the album because I'm excited because After Fuck Nigga, to me, that was a hit. If that was a song that he made in reference to Floyd Mayweather. I look forward to it, but all these allegations in this mix up is better for you to get out while you still have a clean street before people really just start disowning your music on the way together. At least we'll respect your exit on the way out. And then Megan Thee Stallion. I'm so excited. College educated, beautiful, hot, a little not, I wouldn't say ratchet, but what's the word?
Ratchet.
Not promiscuous.
Ratchet.
Okay. A little different, a little saucy or sultry. Yeah, she's actually very backing on what she said because I remember her talking about this like a year or two ago when she first came out, saying that she's all for everyone being educated. So she has a scholarship coming out with Roc Nation, which is super, 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 super dope. I'm actually excited because she actually kept her word and she's pouring back into everyone and into the community. So to me, it's a really beautiful thing. What are your thoughts, Boo? I know you got the girls going to college.
I think that it's good. I think that anytime a person of color who makes it, quote unquote, I think it's always phenomenal when they put back in, especially when that money goes directly into other people of color, other people who have like-minded interests that they can really help to build. That being said, I hope that this is something that she continues to do. I hope that this isn't, just for the moment or just for the tax break. Like, it's so many young girls in music who look up to, like, the list of female rappers who look up to you guys is real. It's slim right now. And so Megan being one of those faces, I think she's doing more than I think we've seen Cardi B or Nicki Minaj do. I think that that's phenomenal. I think the fact that other young girls can look at Megan and say, you know what, I too can put back in. I think that's phenomenal. I hope that. Go ahead.
I was going to say, but the good thing about it is that she's making this scholarship available to anyone pretty much in music, marketing, sportsmanship, anything that's related to the creative arts. What it seems like is a beautiful thing. And she also wants to utilize her degree into helping opening up an assisted living home. So like, she want to open it and manage it. That's Megan, that's torch. I love everything about this. And I actually have a different level of respect because honestly, you're right, T Gray. I haven't seen like no one else. In our era.
Right. Right. And I'm not taking nothing away that it is open to everybody, but I mean, at the end of the day, how many non-melanated kids are going to be hopping on something with Megan Thee Stallion's name on it? How many of their parents are going to allow them to hop on something, even if it is positive? You know what I mean? So it's definitely going to be something that's going to move for the urban community and those kids gaining access that maybe they didn't have before. So I do think that it is phenomenal. And then you guys, so Drake is literally making history, you guys, with his new concert venue. Live Nation Canada has partnered with Drake, and so they are making a major concert venue in Toronto. That's going to be big. That's going to be big.
It's not as big as I do.
Yes, if you're somebody who's not necessarily familiar with Live Nation or doesn't go to their venues or don't buy their tickets, you're missing out on something. So Live Nation just across the country has kind of shaken up how things happen when it comes to major concert arenas. And they've created their own lane, which is something that, to be honest with you, has never really been done on the grand scale of arenas and things of that nature. So the fact that Live Nation is coming in, these concerts are going to be off the chain. Everything that Live Nation touches turns to gold. And I think it's great that Drake is doing this. Drake is also another person who takes his money to Toronto, takes his money to Canada. Definitely somebody who puts back in, but this is going to be big. This is going to be, a home plate for a lot of acts when they go into Canada, when they perform, where they're going to want to perform at. And so I think this is super dope. I think it is really, really, really good. When Live Nation backs you, you have that kind of partnership, whoever the artist is or the entertainer is, it takes them by leaps and bounds.
Yeah. It's a 25,000 capacity. Did I read that right? No, 2,500 capacity. I'm sorry. 2,500 capacity arena. And they're going to do 200 concerts a year. And hopefully they open up by the end of the summer. That is I've been to a couple of Live Nation concerts, especially when they're premiering new artists and things like that. And they're very intimate. They're very intimate. They're always very decadent. It's a great networking event. So I look forward to seeing how they're going to actually do and spin off and do other things as well with this, because they're very creative. I know that this is just the tip of the iceberg. So I look very forward to, what they got going on next. Oh, okay. My bad. I ain't supposed to keep going. All right, cool. So Swizz Beatz, Timbaland, and D-Nice are going to receive an ASCAP award. I don't even know what this award really is, but I know who these three people are, and I've known what they've contributed to the hip hop culture. They've been nothing but innovators and composers of so many different types of music, and just in their own lane. Like D-Nice himself he's carved out his own name so greatly that every time he goes live, my man instantly within 5 minutes gets 10K followers. Like, he's on commercials. It's just good to see that a DJ elevated so much. And we're not even going to talk about Timbaland and Swizz because we already know. I mean, Swizz, because they're just who they are. They're amazing. So I'm really happy about that. I was actually going to say something else. Okay, nope, that's pretty much it. All right, cool. So T Gray, you got it. What you okay, because to me it's great they're receiving the award. I really want to get into Teyana Taylor real quick. But I didn't want to cut them short. So you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm excited to talk about, because I'm good.
You're just ready to get right to it. And there's nothing wrong with that. You guys, if you want to see them collect this award, this is the Voice of the Culture Award that is going to be given at the 2021 Rhythm and Soul Music Awards. So this is going to be played out definitely through social media, June 22nd to June 24th. And it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be something that is set specifically for them for the 22nd. That is going to be the Voice of the Culture, how Swizz Beatz and Timbaland and D-Nice united the world through music. And so, like she mentioned, of course, during the pandemic, the three of them really did a lot for the culture. D-Nice started DJing, and D-Nice is one of these DJs that you can't see for free. You can't catch D-Nice for free, but he started these lives that have millions of people on them at one time, and it definitely did catapult his career to a whole nother level, as if he wasn't already big enough. And then with the versus battles, Timbaland and Swizz Beatz took aim to definitely keep us entertained in a new way, in a new genre. They've done something big that you've never seen done through social media, that you've never really seen done in music. So just shout out to all of them for being just dope as fuck, and definitely taking and making moves in the culture and doing something different that we've all never seen. So they were definitely being trailblazers. So super excited for them. And then yes, Teyana Taylor is being named as the first Black woman, period, to be named the Sexiest Woman Alive by Maxim. And they not wrong. And they not wrong. They not wrong, because Teyana Taylor is fine from the top of her head all the way down to the bottom of her foot.
And I mean, everything about her is just so magical. She's like a fairy tale. Like, even like I got a chance to meet her. She came to the club. She turned up. She's so down to earth. Like, she's a hugger. Her spirit is just like so beautiful, you know. So to see that, I mean, the spirit on the inside matches the outside to a whole nother level. She's a creative. She's a composer. She's a mother. She's a dancer. She's a producer. She's a writer. Like, and these are just a couple of her. And she's an actress, and she does acting as well. So many different hats. I'm so proud of her. Kudos to being the first Black woman, but we already know that we sexy from birth, and they just now recognize it. But what a way to start it with you, baby. I'm so happy for you.
So, look, we are totally switching gears, you guys, from going from the sexiest woman alive to be the first Black anything is just phenomenal, in my opinion. And then to be the first Black woman anything is phenomenal, in my opinion. And even though I'm not a big fan of Maxim, I'm one of those people who does always look at these covers. And so anytime you can see one of our faces, it's great. But then when you see one of my faces attached to that 6-pack she rocking, you know, she's more than deserving. She puts a lot of work into her body and a lot of work into maintaining, even after having children without surgery, she keeps that thing pristine. So salute to her. But let's talk about something that everybody wants to talk about, because I feel like I can get her right now. Washington State allows marijuana stores to offer free pot to promote vaccines. That is so interesting to me. A lot of different states are doing a lot of different things that are trying to increase people's desire or will, or just, you know, following through on getting their COVID vaccines. I know the state of Maryland did like a lottery where one person is going to get 40 grand, somebody else is going to get 400,000 at random. Washington State is now offering free pot to people who get their vaccines. So they have to have their vaccines by July 12th, and it's anybody who is over 21. And then there's also other incentives that other states are doing. Other states are doing sports tickets and then prize money. Like I said, I know for fact Maryland's doing prize money. The governor said that, you know, this is definitely something that will helpfully lift the pandemic restrictions. But here's my thing, and I'm not against pot. I'm not against that sticky. I'm not against the loud, the gas, none of that. I'm not against whatever name you choose to call it, where you at, even if you only got Reggie. I'm not against it. I just don't think that offering incentives when it comes to this vaccine is a safe practice. I don't. I think that when it comes to the COVID vaccine, you need to do your own research and make up your mind for yourself, incentive or not. If the vaccine works, if it's legit, if it's, you know, no BS behind it, then your incentive should be that, hey, I'm not going to die. I think that once states start entering into, hey, here's this gimmick I can offer you, I think that definitely changes the narrative. I don't care if it's pot, sports tickets, money, whatever. Now, if I had to choose between the three, I want money, then weed, and sports tickets. But we're not talking about me. I think that it's not. I just think that it's not a safe practice. I don't.
It's not first of all, it's not a safe practice. And again, you have to wonder to yourself, why is it being forced so heavily? Why do you need an incentive to take something that's supposed to be an incentive to your health? So I question everything, your motives. When I found out they were giving, with the vaccinations, you get a free McDonald's gift card, I said, oh, that's when I know this shit is bogus. It's unhealthy. Shit, the weed would have been made more sense, because at least it serves a medicinal purpose. But you're literally giving me unhealthy shit to take unhealthy shit. I'm good off that. And I've never seen a drive like this. We didn't have this. We don't have this kind of push for anything else in the world right now. Like we do have that. Nothing. Not our right, not what's supposed to. Nothing is more important right now in the United States. Number one agenda is this vaccination, because everywhere I go, it is constantly being promoted on Spotify, on all social media, on Apple. Damn, I played my own podcast the other day. I could have sworn they must have heard me talk about it, because next thing you know, one of the commercials is what? A goddamn vaccination commercial. Delete. Because you can remove commercials that they add on to your stuff. Remove that. That is crazy to me. WPGC 95.5. I'm sorry. I don't hear this as much on 99.5. This push for these vaccinations like I do on 93.9. Just listen to the station, 96.3, 95.5. Y'all are pushing this vaccination so heavy because I know that y'all are gagged by contracts. Your souls and your verbiage is owned in that black and white. I just wish people would actually go rogue and get some balls and do some shit and actually make a change, because it's vaccination. Do your research. Do your research. Just make sure y'all don't come out like transformers and like mutants and shit. Like, yeah, this is crazy to me, because I gotta take something. You gotta give me something to take something that's good for me. They never even did this with the flu shot. The flu shot killed a lot of people too. But anyway, we ain't gonna hold on. So we ain't gonna hold these grudges. I'm ready to get into this.
So you guys, it is now time for our hot take. That's my intro. So today's hot take is things you learned about your partner during the pandemic. The good, the bad, the ugly. So I had to adjust my seat on this one, you guys. I gotta sit up. So T Gray really didn't have a partner during the pandemic. The pandemic for me was super topsy-turvy. My father was passing, or I was, from that cancer. So that was my mindset. My mindset wasn't even on really having somebody during the pandemic. So let me tell you what I learned about me, especially as it refers to my sex life. When T Gray don't get enough sex, the world should come to an end. It should. Okay. It should come to it should just stop spinning on whatever axis it's on. Everybody just stop, pull out your dick, pull out a tit, let me have it my way, and then the rest of the world can move. That's my pandemic. I was mad. I did not. And you know what? Because I talk about sex so much, the notion is, oh, T Gray fucking all the time. She fucking everybody. That's really not the case. I really do prefer to be in a relationship and have my somebody. Not to say I ain't never been a thought, been no whore out in these streets. I'm not going to act like I'm no saint. But I definitely, my perspective changed as far as the level of importance that sex plays in my life. Whether or not, let me see if an easier way to say it. In relationships before, if everything else was fantastic, but the sex was not, T Gray wasn't staying because I needed to have good sex. I needed to be satisfied. I did. Post-pandemic, I'll ride it out a little bit longer. I definitely will ride it out a little bit longer. It's definitely not as important. I can definitely put it on the back burner. And then I know for a fact that if I don't get it regularly, somebody's gonna die. Might not be somebody you know what I mean? But you might just want to hide your small kids and your old people, because I'll smooth just walk down the street. Remember how in the stores there was a dude just running around stabbing people for no reason? That's me.
Yeah.
If I don't fuck, I'm just walking around the store just.
I have a lot of, I would say I have a lot of relationships in my head, but I have like a particular relationship like in my head. Like we
During the
literally
pandemic.
during the pandemic, so let me just say what's in my head. Okay. I learned restraint during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned the grind. I learned to be inspired by that because I had this one particular person and definitely lit a fire under my ass to make me just, okay, what are you doing? Like, let's get it together. Let's motivate one another, that type of thing. And it definitely worked. But I also learned that it's hard not to want to jump someone's bones, especially when they're attractive, right? But I learned to have discipline in the sense of that I'd rather connect with you again from the crown, and I'm not going to put so much pressure on the down part area. This is going to be a first time for me. And then the friendship is super solid because of it, because sex is, not a key factor, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I learned during the pandemic about my relationship in my head, is that, and also that everyone is not going to react the same. Some people are super reserved. Others are very forthcoming. Like I'm very forward when I like you and when I feel comfortable enough to open up to you. However, I don't do that often, and I'm not a continuous person if I'm not getting any kind of anything back, right? But some people, again, sometimes don't know how to take such a strong type of energy. And this is just talking about all types of relationships, not just an intimate one. But even through friendships, you learn that everybody just doesn't have the same energy as you. You know what I'm saying? So, and learning how to kind of work cohesively on the things that we do have in common. Like if you have a certain strength and I have a certain weakness, but I'm willing to learn to strengthen my weakness, we can engage or we can partner up. Well, you're good at making hair oils. Shout out to my boo Tayshawn. You're good at making hair oils and you have the time. Well, I have the shop. Well, come over here and then, come sell your oils in my shop along with your juices. Trying to make things just like work on a level where it just provides longevity. And that's another thing that I learned, is that longevity is way more important. I was literally just saying on the show is that, to me, you get more benefits off being a homie. Like you get more respect. They do more for you. I have a lot of friends, like a lot of male friends. When I go up top, I'm not paying for shit. I'm not like, I don't have to worry about nothing, and nobody's trying to smash me. I can get home safely. I'm good. And it's because, like, yo, she didn't come over here trying to give up the goods. She didn't come up here asking us for our bread or our money or whatever. She didn't come in here begging. She came in here actually with her own, and also willing to share her energy and her mind and her spirit.
That part.
That's way more attractive to me. That's way more attractive. And I love to stand out in that way. So I'm definitely not about to be like, oh yeah, I'm trying to hit, because I know that when I do, you're going to want to keep hitting it. So that's not going to be something that I just want it to be a wham bam.
That shit.
You know what I'm saying? We have the goody goods over yasa, you see? Period. So what about you, Stiletto? What did you learn from overall relationships?
I think I might piggyback off of you, Lucky, where you say you can never ever change somebody. I stayed in a long-term relationship for a really long time, and I started to see so many consistent cycles. I was like, we're not going anywhere. It's not getting anywhere. You're not going to be able to give me what I want. It's not that I don't love you. I just don't believe in our situation. Why stay in it anymore? I believe it's all about happiness, but now being, I want to say newly single, because it hasn't been 3 to 5 years. It's fairly new. I'm loving it. Like, why y'all didn't tell me? The streets is for me. I'm outside. What's up? I'm outside.
I just love the vibe. Like,
I just always been a type
I
to
didn't
chase a
tell
bad
you. Once I got back in
I've
the
been the type
streets,
to be about that.
I was running that shit.
But now that I'm
telling
like dating, I'm actually taking guys up on dates and really getting to, you know, have that. It's like I love it here. Why I didn't know. I just should have listened.
Yeah. I mean,
Girl,
yeah,
you got the blinders on. You got the blinders on, but it's okay. You know what I mean? We do that though. When we love somebody, we throw these blinders up. We don't see shit else. We don't see their flaws. We don't see the other
it's
people. We
rose-colored
don't see nothing.
glasses. It's
Yeah,
called
but
them
it's
Now, don't get
okay.
me wrong. I'm a Taurus. I'm a hopeless romantic. I want that love, but it has to be that love. If I feel like it's not right for me, then there's nothing else to discuss. You gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta
But
go.
let me tell you though, if you can take the blinders down and still have that, that's when it's legit. That's when it's
Yeah,
real. But if you have to throw these up and ignore the signs or ignore the habits, ignore the cycles, then it's not what you think it is. It's what you
It's
making
not
it
it.
up to be in
Right.
your mind. Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry, I'm blending.
Yeah.
I'm blending.
Y'all got all philosophical on their ass today, but I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Just if we're speaking relationships, I learned about how much I really don't need one. And it's not to say that I don't want to. Doesn't mean that I don't want one. Doesn't mean that I don't like to have companionship or like to have somebody in my corner, have my back, be my friend. Doesn't mean none of that. But
That's
just
it.
the fact that I don't need no relationships. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like I'm good.
I'm good.
So right, that's when you begin to recognize who's legitimately adding
That's
to.
it.
That's
To
how
you.
you know the difference. And a lot of
Can I get a
women in
word?
my age group,
Amen.
girl, a lot of women in my age group, and it's unfortunate, they so hard pressed for a man, they'll take any man that they can get. But any
Yes,
man that you
baby.
can get might not be the right man for you, might not
Man.
be the person who's going to elevate, who's going to pour into, the educate. That might not be that nigga. You might get my ex. You know what I'm saying? When you settle for any nigga. So you don't know really. A lot of times that's what it is. Or some people just want to have a warm body in the bed. I don't have a need for a warm body in the bed. When I have a warm body in the bed, now that's a bonus. But to have a need, nah.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't need no relationship.
It's like, I'm not here to like build you or be your mother. Somebody told me I have a mother gene and I'm so mindful of it now. I'm here.
No, but you got to grow with.
Right. I'm here to make it. I'm here to make you better, and you should be here to make me better. I should know that wholeheartedly, no matter what, you just want the best for me. And we are solid. That even if you're not with me, you are still going to want the best for me. I'm out here trying to leave a mark, not a scar. So I don't even want things.
Yeah.
The relationships that I'm having right now, even if we do not work out, there will be no scars left behind. Because I don't even have the energy to leave scars. I'm not out here trying to stab, argue. If I have to do any of those things, if we have to argue, oh, I'm over it. Because we can have a discussion and we can have a discussion and communicate like adults. I don't want to have to fight for no friendship because I shouldn't have to fight. If it's for me, it's going to be fluid. That's it. Like I'm not trying to force anything, and that's including with friendships as well. You know, like I'm loving to learn to love from all the way in the nosebleeds. I'm still cheering for you. I'm just going to be in the nosebleeds all the way up at the top and the back. And it's never going to be any love lost. You're not going to feel any negativity when you see me. I'm going to embrace you and love on you the same damn way. But I know that you're not on my everyday, day to day. You're not in my direct circle. You don't know what's going on in my life. But just know that I wish you well. The only thing you're going to know about me is that I wish you well. Nothing else. Even if you talk shit about me, I'm still going to wish you well.
And on that note, we going to wish y'all well. Okay, because we haven't heard no music all day. Yes, it is time for my girl Stiletto to come through, do her thing. She's going to take us out of here, right? You all make sure that you tune into us next week. We'll be right here, streaming live from the Facebook 202 DC page, streaming live from the Illustrate Radio YouTube page. Make sure you listen to us on Spotify, listen to us on Apple Music, listen to us on Google. Get that iHeartRadio. Make sure that you have your Roku on demand. You want to do 7 on demand and watch us every Wednesday at 8. Get these pretty faces. You're going to follow me, you guys, at DT Gray. You're going to follow Lucky at Magical AF Podcast. You're going to follow my DJ at DJ Stiletto with a Y, #1. And we'll be right back here to these Illustrate ladies. We're going to have a dope guest for y'all next week. We're going to have a lot of fun. We see you later. Bye.
Later. I'm ready. Oh, shout out to DJ Stiletto.
Hey.
I was going to say the shoe company. Oh, okay, all right, cool. Go ahead. You can
go out. Please go follow House of Stiletto. All together, one word. You'll find it on my page. All right? And we're going to go into the vibes. You hear me? Since we on some section, I ain't even going to draw it out. You know what it is. It's Illustrate Radio each and every Wednesday. Follow us on each and every platform. Illustrate Radio. I'm DJ Stiletto. Make sure you go follow House of Stiletto.